I was attending a Jazz Performance Network conference in Cardiff a couple of months ago. And the majority of the conversations I was engaged with were about the problems that exist in conservatoire, entry level, foundational level of I need to get onto the ladder. And a lot of the young musicians and artists who I was talking to, it just felt like their training, their background, who they were hanging around with were the same conversations that you and I were having about the pressures of having to live up to something, someone, show something. There was one young girl who was talking about there was a thing going around when she was studying called Break the Eight, which essentially meaning that the musicians had to do 8 hours minimum practice, not in one go, but just 8 hours. And you had to break the eight, i.e., daily, you needed to make sure you're doing 8 hours and above of your practice, of your whether it be transcribing, writing, practicing, whatever it is, you had to break the eight. And she mentioned that and said there was a big pressure of people doing that. And she herself was very, very honest and said, I couldn't do that all the time. I could barely do that. And she felt inferior as a musician. And me and another person in the room basically looked at each other aghast, and we told her in no uncertain terms, you've been given wrong advice. You should not be thinking less of a musician or a person just because you didn't dedicate 8 hours of your day to this.